Hey everyone, it's Jordan Faith. Today I'm showing you how to do a full wet refresh. This is one option of what you can do when you have a good result on the day you wash your hair, but you feel like it falls flat the next day, or it gets dry and tangly, or it just doesn't hold up the way that you want it to past day one. So if you've had issues with refreshing and you're still trying to figure that out, or you just want to see how I got these results today, click on that thumbs up and keep watching. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so the first step is to assess the situation. See what you're working with, see how your hair feels, pay attention to how your scalp feels, how your ends feel, what it looks like, and decide what you want as the goal from this refresh. So this is my day 4 hair. It's quite elongated. It's a little bit dry, but not very, but it is tangled. So because it's tangled, I am going to do a full wet refresh so that I will be able to easily detangle and then restyle to regain some bounce and definition. So I am dipping my hair into a bowl of clean water and just getting it very, very wet. I'm not necessarily soaking my scalp and my roots, but I do want everything to be wet enough that I can detangle and apply my products evenly and not get a lot of frizz. So after I've squished in lots of water, I'm going to use the Trelux Untie the Knot Leave-In Conditioner. I'm using a pretty generous amount of this, more than I would use on a wash day, because my hair did feel a tiny bit dry and I want to make sure I have ample amounts of conditioner in my hair to be able to detangle these knots. It's not excessively tangly, but I know that it would just continue to get worse, so I did want to take the time to re-wet, condition, and detangle. I'm starting off with a wide tooth comb. I usually don't do this, but it is really helpful because it's so sturdy. Of course, you still want to be gentle, but especially when my hair is not 100% soaked through, I find that starting off with a comb really gives me more control and helps me be able to gently get the tangles out before moving on to using a brush to smooth everything out and get those good clumps that I like. So after fully detangling with the wide tooth comb, I'm using my Perfect Hair Care brush and I'm just smoothing everything down, laying down those stray hairs, evenly distributing my leave-in conditioner, and getting my clumps situated. I'm adding a touch more water and really scrunching in that leave-in conditioner. Then I'm going to comb through my clumps. I got this idea from Sophie Marie's flip section method. I really liked being able to use my brush to smooth everything down, create those ribbony clumps, and then use the wide tooth comb to separate them a little bit. Because especially when you don't have high density hair, you want to make sure that your curl clumps are not too big. And I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from the bowl method here as well, using that technique in a modified way to get the results that I want. So I'm just dunking my head back into the water and squishing, and this helps give really nice curl clumps, smooth down frizz, and get my hair nice and wet before I style. First, I'm using my homemade flaxseed gel. I'll have the video tutorial for this down below, so you can check that out for the recipe and the process. This gel is very lightweight and very light hold, but I find that it adds a little bit of shine and really good curl enhancement for me. So I'm gonna take my time scrunching and pulsing that in, upside down and side to side, to give my loose curl pattern some encouragement to spring up nice and evenly throughout my head. And then I am using my Perfect Hair Care towel to microplop. That is just draping the towel or a t-shirt over your hands and gently scrunching up and squeezing your hair to remove excess water. Take care when doing this. You don't want to go in really rough and haphazardly because that will cause extra frizz and could break up your curl clumps. Then I'm finishing with the Aussie Instant Freeze Gel. I'm just using a little bit and I'm going to rub it really well between wet hands and then just smooth and scrunch it on for an extra layer of hold. This is one of my favorite gels. I've been using it since the beginning of my wavy hairstyling journey, and so it was my first choice to try pairing with my new homemade gel.
All right, I diffused for about 20 minutes and then air dried the rest of the way, and that is because that is all I had time for. Typically, I don't refresh. I very rarely refresh because I don't mind my elongated, stretched out waves. My hair is usually in a ponytail, and I'm at home with my kids all day long, every single day. If I were having a night out or a dinner with my husband or some event later in the day, and I didn't need or want to wash my hair, this is what I would do, or one of the few options that I would choose from. So that is why I took the time to make this video and share it with you today. I try to choose which content to curate for you that I think will be the most helpful to the most people. And I try to cover a wide variety of experiments and routines in hopes of answering any questions that you might have or helping you fix any individual issue that any of you are facing. So I didn't have time to blow dry for any longer today. My blow dryer doesn't dry super fast, but my scalp is very sensitive to heat, so I have to use low heat. And I wasn't able to film until late afternoon today because of my kids. I have to wait till they go down for their naps, and sometimes the schedule just gets a little bit off. So I hope you understand, I'm not a fraud. I just have to make my content ideas work around my actual everyday schedule. I let my hair air dry the rest of the way after pixie diffusing for a bit, and to be completely honest, it's still just the slightest bit damp, but I'm running out of time in this day, so I need to get this filmed, and I'm just going to gently fluff the roots and give a quick scrunch to help everything come together and finish off this style. I don't recommend doing this. I recommend, if you're at this stage, hitting it with your blow dryer with the diffuser if you can, or just waiting a little bit longer till it completely dries on its own. Because if you scrunch and fluff it before it's had time to completely dry and set, it usually does kick in a little bit more frizz and lessen the hold that you get. And these are the results. I think it looks great. My hair feels very light and soft. It's very bouncy and pretty voluminous for me. It's nice and shiny, pretty minimal frizz, really good definition, and great curl enhancement. This flaxseed gel seems to really help with adding that enhancement and aiding in definition, as well as adding a nice little extra shine. Aussie also usually helps add to my definition and shine, and so pairing them really seem to work well, and the Aussie absolutely helps give more hold to this refresh routine. And I've been doing middle parts a lot lately, pretty much exclusively. When I have my longer hair with less layering, I like my hair either parted to my left side or in the middle, and so I usually switch between the two. But I feel like with this more shaggy cut with the heavier, shorter layering, I feel that the middle part just is the way to go. I think it looks kind of funky on me when I part it to the side. So middle part it is, middle part it has been, middle part it will be until my layers grow out some more. I've truly been loving this cut, but I will say it's a little bit messier looking in the mornings, which I don't mind. I think that look is kind of cute. It kind of goes with the shaggy vibe, but my shorter layers like to flip out in all sorts of directions. So it's a little bit higher maintenance than when my hair is longer, when my shorter layers are longer. But I'm definitely still enjoying this cut. I love the length it is right now. It's growing out very nicely. but I'll have to start thinking about what I want to do next. I will link the store-bought products that I used in the description below, and I'll also put a link to the Flaxseed Gel video that I made. I will not, however, be sharing what I used on this past wash routine. I'm testing these products that a brand has sent me, and so far I'm really enjoying them. So as long as that doesn't change, and I don't expect it to, I should be working with them soon, and then I'll be able to share with you all my thoughts on those new products that I styled with before this refresh. Click on the subscribe button and the bell so you won't miss whenever I come out and share the brand and the products that I have been using, or any of my future content, whatever it may be. I would love to have you here in this community. I very, very rarely do a full wet refresh, but I know that it could be helpful for a lot of people. So that's why I took the time to make this video and show you how I would do it and how it looks on my hair. I definitely wouldn't do this every day, but it could work for some people. You just want to make sure that you're not letting your hair stay super, super wet all day, every day. Mains by Mel knows what I'm talking about. Brad Mondo, not so much. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I really try to be as helpful as I can. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with this. I'm very shy. I don't get to talk face to face with adults very often, if ever. So I really enjoy making these videos and interacting with you in the comments, and I hope you enjoy them too. If there are other things that you're struggling with or that you want me to cover in a video, please let me know below. I do my best to accommodate those requests that you make. Sometimes I can't for one reason or another, but I really do my best. I try to share my full honest thoughts and show you all the tips that I can think of so that you can be just as happy with your hair as I am. If you liked this video, please click the thumbs up. Remember to love yourself fully and faithfully, and I'll see you next time.